Hey everyone, it's Megan, and today I'm at the Settlers Inn with Chef Kate. So, Chef, what do you have for us today?
I'm going to show you guys our new pork dish that's on the menu. It's going to start with our spiced rum apple butter, and we're just going to jump right into that.
Oh, let's go.
So these are some apples from Scholl's Orchard. I believe they are gala apples, and our apple butter simply starts with a bunch of apples in a pot with some apple juice, and we cook it down, and it takes quite a while to make apple butter. I don't know if any of you folks at home have made apple butter, but it's a process. And we just cook the apples down until all the apples are like smushy and just kind of falling apart, and then we tammy them. And a tammy is a giant like strainer, a very fine mesh sleeve, and we run it through it, and it removes any core that might have made it in there and all the skins, because I don't have time to peel all these apples. Because this is a small batch, but when we make a batch for the kitchen, we use like about 50 apples.
Wow.
So no one's going to sit there and peel 50 apples. So we'll just tammy it. And plus it also makes a much smoother apple butter, which is delightful and much easier to spread on a plate. So I'm going to let this cook, and then I'll tell you about the side dishes for this dish. So with this dish, we serve it with a roasted sunchoke, celeriac, and red potato like hash. So these are sunchokes. They are a tuber. They from the sunflower family. They have a reminiscent flavor of an artichoke, but they're a lot more nutritious than an artichoke. They're full of fiber, and they're a lot more filling, and they kind of look like a potato on the inside.
Oh, that's cool.
And when they roast, all the sugars caramelize, and they really take on like a sweet, kind of starchy artichoke flavor, and it's a great complement to the apples.
Nice.
And with those guys, we have celeriac.
Wow, that's weird.
It is a little weird. It's kind of alien-like, which is suiting for Halloween.
Yeah.
But they have a celery-like flavor. It really is the root of a type of celery.
Huh.
A lot of people also will call them celery knobs. And on the end, they're kind of like this hideous, like greenish brown alien color. And on the inside, they're a beautiful white. And they're in a couple places on our menu. They're in this hash, and they're also with our vegetarian dish, which is a roasted delicata squash filled with an autumn lentil salad. And there's celeriac cream underneath it to kind of add like a creaminess to the dish. They roast up really nice as well, and they really roasting really brings out flavors, which is this is why our fall menus tend to be really like roast heavy. Like we have a roasted autumn hash, we have this hash, a lot of things are roasted on this menu. All right guys, so we got some movie magic here. We got apple pulp, and with that we can get started on the rest of our dish. We're going to start by taking a vanilla seed pod, and we're going to remove the seeds just like this. So I use a little bit of vanilla in the rum as I burn it off to really kind of bring forth some more flavor. Wow. Yeah, did you ever know that's how a vanilla pod comes?
I had no idea.
It's like PBS station, guys. The more you know.
The more you know.
Do that guy. Rub it off in there. And you're going to want to back up, Megan.
All right.
So this is spiced rum. Whee!
Woo! Wow.
And we burn it off to kind of get rid of the alcohol. I will say this though, we do add a little extra alcohol at the end, because alcohol does have that cool minerally like aspect to it, which will kind of add just a little bit more depth of flavor. But there's not a lot in it at the end, so don't your kids can still eat this, and you're not going to wind up with the drunk 7-year-olds. Nobody panic. And with that, once all the flames go down, we'll add our magical apple pulp, and from there, so I use a very simple 2-to-1 recipe for any of fruit butters. I've made strawberry butters and peach butters, and it's 2 fruit puree pulp to 1 part sugar. So in this instance, this is 32 ounces of fruit pulp, and then we will add 16 ounces of sugar. And then in goes our sugar. And with that, I'm also going to turn down the heat of our apple butter. Apple butter really needs to cook low and slow for a long time to help all the flavors come together. And the sugar is important because it helps thicken everything. And to this, we have a couple other spices we add to it. We've got, in this handy dandy little bowl, I've got ground ginger, ground cardamom, ground cloves, and ground allspice. And I'd love to tell everybody that I have exact measurements for these things, but I add things until my ancestors tell me that's enough. This is some cinnamon sticks, and then we're also going to grate a little bit of nutmeg into this.
Ooh. Fancy.
You can buy ground nutmeg, but let me tell you, you get a much better flavor if you grate it yourself. And then from here, this will just cook for probably, with such a small amount, this would probably only cook for about like an hour or so, and it would probably be fine, but our large batches take about 2 hours to cook down.
Jeez.
Apple butter is a work of love, and that's what I like about it. I like slow food. I like food that you can cook for a really long time and coax all those flavors out of, like ragouts and stews and soups and chilies, things like that. Those are my jam.
All right, so what we got going on now?
All right, so this is our apple butter, just about completed. A little bit more movie magic for you. You want to throw in that last little bit of spiced rum.
Okay.
And
it's not gonna flare up, right?
No, you're good.
All right.
Not this time.
That was scary.
That was awesome. There's 2 types of people in this world, kids.
True.
And then this is our pork dish. But first, I'm going to feed you a little bit of this apple butter so you can understand. So you can just understand.
So I can understand. Okay.
Yeah. It's like fall in your mouth.
It's literally fall on a cracker.
It's like, wonderful.
Oh my God.
So this dish comes with some of our farmer's veg. Today we have Lato Sud Farms green cabbage, carrots, and roasted red peppers. And then the side dish for it are the sunchoke and celeriac and roasted red potato.
Nice.
And it starts with a swoosh of our apple butter. My swoosh game is on point, guys, today. Oh, let me just jump the gun a little bit there. And then some of this. So this is kind of like my take on pork and applesauce. I know a lot of my friends love pork and applesauce, and I was like, you know, I'd really like to do pork and applesauce on our menu, but it doesn't really kind of like fit. So I was determined to find a way we can kind of do that flavor profile, but Cetlerize it a little bit.
Yeah.
And with that is how this dish was conceived. And then it just gets topped with our pork tenderloin. Our pork tenderloin is seasoned with cardamom, salt and pepper, and some cayenne. The cayenne is important because this dish is inherently sweet, so the cayenne helps kind of balance that a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's our dish.
That's beautiful.
There you go, folks. Be sure to come down and try it. It's one of my favorites on the menu right now.
Are we gonna try it now?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. It wouldn't be complete without that, I feel.
I'm gonna hit you with some flavor. We're going to Flavor Town, kids.
Let's go.
I'm going for the centerpiece.
All right. Wow.
Right?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Apple butter and pork, man. If you haven't tried it, you're missing out. You should definitely come down and try this guy out.
I'm gonna try one of these. They look really good.
See, they're kind of sweet, kind of artichokey, earthy.
Just like comfort, like food.
That's the best part about fall is like you've been through summer, it's been hot, light fare, and then fall comes and it gets chilly. You want to be cozy. You want to eat food that's warming and comforting, and that was my goal with this dish, truly.
So, I mean, you put so much care into this dish alone. Tell me about Thanksgiving, because I'm already thinking about it, to be honest.
Thanksgiving at Settlers Inn is wonderful. We do have some dine-in still, but we are filling up. So if you do wish to dine with us, please call as soon as you can to get your reservation in. But we also have a ready-to-heat meal, which you could come and pick up and bring home to your family. So I know this year's kind of weird and wonky, but we'd still love to cook for you, and it's an option that we have. And if you don't want to do that and we're full, our sister restaurant, The Dock, they do also really great Thanksgiving meals as well.
All right, thank you so much, Chef Kate. I might just like walk away with this plate if I'm being honest with you.
I just need the plate back.
You can have the plate back.
Okay.
So there's going to be no food.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later at the Settlers Inn.